Welcome back to the New York Sports Exchange, episode number 173. And the Knicks, I knew they were going to lose that game. It's looking shaky. I knew they were going to lose that game. It feels like the blown 3-1 lead is inevitable. Although I did say the same thing about Philly last year when they lost Game 5 when Maxey went off. Now I feel I don't know. Last year to this year,
it's a different vibe. These games are close,
so
dude.
Different. It's so different.
A lot of these games are like one call decisions.
And the coaching decisions, too. I mean, I've been fire Tibbs the whole way. I just think we've ran our course with Tom Thibodeau.
I think he may have ran his course with the NBA, dude.
That is also true. There are other series to go around. Tim, your Cavs sweep the Miami Heat. They are advancing to the next round. They'll be taking on the Indiana Pacers. Yes.
Well, we don't know yet. Unless the Knicks lose. Unless the Knicks lose.
You don't reseed.
Doesn't it reseed?
No,
I thought it goes 7-8. Okay. So we're taking the Pacers.
Does not reseed. You'll be taking on the Pacers. I don't know why.
I will note, Stan, that Cavs Heat series, most dominant series in NBA history. I think the point differential was plus 132 to Cleveland, so it was a blowout.
You guys will be taking on the Pacers on Sunday. You guys are favored by 8.5 for that game, which is intriguing, to say the least. Timberwolves up 3-1 on the Lakers. Warriors up 3-1 on the Rockets. Any other Western Conference series that I'm missing? The Thunder advanced, but we can't really. Passes in the past there.
That was a joke.
The NHL. What a weekend of hockey. What a weekend of sport.
Nuts. Both sides.
It has been nuts. The Hurricanes advanced to the semifinals, beating the Devils in double overtime. If you watched that game last night,
Jesus Christ. 3-0 Devils to finish the first, was it? And then it was, 3 goals in 7 minutes for Carolina?
Yeah. Something along the lines of that. Vegas takes a 3-2 lead over Minnesota. Edmonton takes a 3-2 lead over LA.
The harmonicas, they didn't work.
They didn't work this time. And the Senators, we're going to 6 in Toronto somehow.
They're fighting tooth and nail.
We are going to 6. There are 3 games tonight. I would assume that one of them gets it done at least, and that would be Washington, if you ask me.
You'd hope. If you're a Washington fan, you hope it's tonight. Because if not, I don't know. Then you're kind of...
That is true. The NFL draft. The Giants have probably one of the best drafts out of any team, really. Getting Abdul Carter, getting Jaxson Dart, Cam Scattaboo, Marcus Embo. What's that guy's name from Toledo? I believe his name is Darius Alexander. I could be so wrong.
No, I don't know.
No, I was right. Darius Alexander. We're going to recap all the drafts, some winners, some losers.
Jets had a pretty good draft.
Jets had a pretty good draft as well, I feel.
Yeah.
I feel like they made some...
complain. They made the right moves.
Yes, they did. We will go over the NFL draft, and prank calls are back, I guess.
Shadur Sanders, how about it?
Dude, if you're Jeff Ulbrich, I mean, his son's idiotic move just cost him $150,000.
Classic. Of course, it was an ex-Jet.
You may leave the Jets, but the Jets will never leave you.
It just won't happen.
It won't happen. And to the people that were calling out Joe Shane's daughter, fuck you.
What'd she do?
Fuck you. She goes to Ole Miss. So people were like,
welcome to the real world. Come on.
Yeah,
things happen.
True. All right, so let's dive right into it. Let's start with the Knicks. The Knicks, after a heroic Game 4 performance from Karl Anthony Towns, Knicks drop Game 5 to the Pistons. They now take 8th. Now, lead is cut now to 3-2.
It's going to be a different atmosphere in Detroit, dude.
It's going to be a much different atmosphere in Detroit. I feel they play tomorrow at 7:30. Here's the thing. And now we can go into all the issues that the Knicks have. But the one glaring thing, for me at least, is that you have Brunson and Hart injured for that 2 minutes, and then all of a sudden there's a 6-0 run. I know you have one timeout left. I know with the way that the series has been played so far, it's not really expected that you go 3 straight possessions without a whistle, but you have to sense it at least. Call a timeout.
Just.
And I know you had one left. I know,
but he's been a head coach for so long. It's it's simple
things. I'm over it already. I'm just so he's run its course. His course. It's over.
It's just time for a new face.
It is. The
Knicks do not scream like they're going to do anything against Boston whatsoever.
Seems like one's going to do anything against Boston.
Yeah.
No one in this series. It's just mind-boggling to me how It's mind-boggling to me how there's really, like, I don't know how to
fell off a cliff, dude. I mean, it was such high hopes in the beginning of the year.
I just don't know how to describe it. I really don't.
I'm trying to think of like a comparable team to them, but Toronto maybe? They're the Maple Leafs? Like, you don't want to be the Maple Leafs.
You don't want to be the Maple Leafs. I don't think they're the Maple Leafs. I think that, honestly, they're the Jets. They're riding glory on one title from like the 1970s.
Well, I mean, Maple Leafs haven't won a cup since like 67.
7, right? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but the Knicks are going to a game 6 in Detroit. Detroit's favored.
I don't know if they win this. I really don't know if they win this game. I don't think they do. And then you gotta go back to a hostile environment in the Garden. There's probably a lot of pressure.
Where they haven't clinched a series since the 20th century.
That's fun fact. And
fun fact: P. Diddy was a free man the last time the Knicks clinched a series at home.
And there's almost less pressure in a game 7 on the road where you're not playing in front of, like, I know you don't want to disappoint your fans. Obviously, you want to win the game, but in front of your own home crowd, you're obviously going to be amped up, but the pressure is going to be tenfold. If that's a close game in the fourth quarter, you're going to be freaking out. And I know, again, the crowd plays a factor into it, but like you just said, the Knicks haven't got it done at home in a millennium, dude. It's been ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm so like drained with it though. Like
I would be too.
I'm just so like I'm tired of the Brunson ball, like where we have the best shooting big man in the league and we don't use him well.
Just use him.
I just don't understand. I really don't. And I just struggle to deal with the fact that, Mikal Bridges hasn't really performed well. I know Mikal kind of like called out Tibbs somewhat subtly.
Dude, for how much they gave up to get him, you have to up.
That is true, yes. But I will say, Mikal he brought up a good point in the post-game interview where he was saying, like, why we like struggle in the third quarter so much. It's because, like, we're not really getting loose after halftime.
Mm-hmm.
He basically said when he was with Phoenix, they would come in. They would literally come in.
It might be too loose.
Come out of the locker room and just do fucking layup lines just to stay loose. And then, they're just being told to play hard. And, like, yeah, we're playing hard, but the results aren't showing. So at what point, like, they just got to... maybe layup lines is the key. Like, I don't know. I really don't know.
They just playing tense. They're playing super tense. I think there's a lot of pressure on them this series. I think the media is all over them too, because this is the series, right? And going into it, this was probably the series that everyone picked. If you were going to pick an upset, the Knicks. But if you were going to pick an upset, the media was all over this. It's this one.
There was one other point too. It's just like he's just so careless with it, Tibbs. Like, I don't understand how there's really I'll even say this. Game 4, that was a brutal, brutal Tibbs game.
Mm-hmm.
Awful. We were even lucky to escape that place with a win. I mean, during that run in Game 4, Detroit went on a big run. No timeouts taken, while the offense went completely dark, completely rogue. No lineup switches, no additional ball handlers, so Brunson didn't have to go all 94 feet, sorry. Just nothing. It's just been the same rotation since December. And he just thinks, all right, like, let's all play hard here. Like, no.
Yeah, and I mean, he did the same thing with the Bulls. It didn't work, but like, I don't know.
And now, I don't want to get out here and just trash the guy. Like, he's brought us back to relevancy. Like, that doesn't go for nothing.
Yeah, but Stan, also you got to think
there's a reason why he hasn't. Like, there's a reason why a lot of his stints as head coach are short-lived.
Yes, but and also
we're seeing it happen in front of us.
I know you don't.
So who knows? Maybe if we win this series, it's great. But if we blow this 3-1 lead, maybe a blessing in disguise. Who knows?
It may be, but also I don't. You don't like to think about what ifs and other perspectives. But this series is one foul call away from being 3-2 Detroit, and now you're going to Game 6, and it's it's a make or break game. I don't know. I think they have a lot of glaring issues that I think you kind of knew going into this postseason that maybe you were hoping would dissipate, but it's brought him out even more. And going into the offseason, I don't know what your game plan is. I don't know how you retool. In the NBA, it's so hard to retool. You got to make a monumental move. So we'll see.
Speaking of offseason moves, let's go go to the completed series. The Indiana Pacers take down the Bucks 119-118 overtime.
What is Halliburton's dad doing?
The Bucks led this game.
The whole game.
They led the whole game. Where is it? With 35 seconds to go, the Bucks led the Pacers 118-111. Pacers win 119-118. Just a stunning, stunning finish. Let's just talk about the aftermath. Tyrese Halliburton's dad got into Giannis's face. There was the issue with Giannis and Ben Mathurin. I don't really know how that stemmed, which was just very
Well, he's
random.
like palm in his head.
I think Giannis has I feel bad for the guy. I think that he has officially lost it. Him fucking like praising the fans after he's just lost it.
I mean,
and I would too if I'm being honest.
They made all the wrong moves. I understand you want to bring in Dame Lillard when there's an option like that. Yeah, you're trying to get back over the hump to be a championship team, but you just completely ruined what you had going. They did the same thing in Phoenix. It's kind of the same situation. And Giannis is gone.
They don't have a pick.
Yeah, until 2032. If you're a Phoenix fan,
they do not have a first round pick until 2032.
It's not a great look, especially because Bradley Beal's
so
probably
what do you
gone.
do? Do you think Giannis gets traded this summer?
I think he's going to Brooklyn, dude. I genuinely think Brooklyn is the draft capital
and
to kind of put them back into the spot they want to be.
There's that, and there's also Houston. Because if you think about it, Brooklyn, they are like a star away, kind of, but they need to build. Not really.
No,
they kind of need to build a team,
right,
to be a star away. Houston is a clear-cut star away.
They're ready to make the trade, and they have the assets to do it. But I think maybe the rumor of Giannis wanting to go to New York because of the businesses he has in Tyson.
Yeah.
I mean, that could play a factor into it because obviously he's choosing where he wants to go. This is going to be
absolutely.
This is his decision.
But imagine if he goes to Houston,
right?
Because now you have a defensive tandem. Because they said that they're not trading Amen. They've made that abundantly clear.
Jabari Smith can immediately go to Milwaukee. They still have draft capital.
They do, but there's really imagine a defensive tandem of Amen Thompson, Giannis, and Dylan Brooks. Think about it.
Yeah,
it's not a bad team.
No.
And now Jalen
really
Green.
Shoot. I mean,
if you have feelings about, people have feelings about Jalen Green. Yeah,
maybe move him.
Maybe, and you have Şengün as well.
He isn't. I mean, Jalen Green. Let's be honest, has been pretty underwhelming for what we kind of anticipated. I figured by now he would be kind of the face of the Houston franchise. It doesn't seem like it's trending that way. Yeah, he's a dominant scorer. He's Cam Johnson, dude. I mean, that's what he is.
Oh yeah.
So
Cam Johnson. Jesus. Cam Johnson or Cam Thomas?
More like
either or.
Yeah,
either or.
More like Cam Thomas, but still, it's the same kind of play. I mean, they're the same kind of player. I don't think he brings the value that they kind of anticipated he would. I think, if you can go get a Giannis, go get a Giannis. Does it affect the spacing a little bit? Probably. I mean, maybe if you can bring in a shooting point guard, that'd be great. I know Van Vliet can shoot a little bit, but
exactly
not lights out.
Yeah. Speaking of the Rockets are down 3-1 to the Golden State Warriors. They take on the Warriors tonight. They're actually favored by 4.5. In fact, let's talk about that last game because I think Steve Kerr is currently coaching circles around Ime Udoka right now. It's absolutely absurd what is happening. I just can't believe that the Rockets were down 3 with 4 seconds left, and Ime was like, let's run a 2-big lineup when we need a 3. When you have Adams and Şengün out there, I just don't understand.
Yeah,
there's a lot of pieces. Also, there's a lot of pieces that the Rockets have and they don't use. They're very, very talented. Tari Eason, incredible, not playing. They have Reed Shepherd rotting in the G League. They have Cam Whitmore doing the same thing. I just don't understand how you can take a guy like Jalen Green, and now I get he was the number 2 pick in the draft when he got drafted, but still, he sucks.
Yeah, and you know what, Stan? I think you kind of just brought up a great point that I wasn't even thinking about. The value they have in the G League to get a move, to be honest, they can move Jalen Green. I mean, they can.
Yes. They can move. They could move their best. They could move their second best player. Because Şengün is the clear number 1.
Yeah. If Şengün could shoot, goddamn it.
But they could move Jalen Green and everything will be okay because they have the depth there with Whitmore and Shepherd.
They won't skip a beat. I think Shepherd can step right in.
Absolutely. I just don't understand the coaching logic behind it, just running 2 bigs like that. What are you doing?
I saw what was the foul baiting with Steven Adams. They forced him to take him out of the game because they were just fouling him. It's just,
but why are you running 2 bigs when you need a 3? Come on.
I don't know.
Especially those 2 big. I mean, I know Şengün can kind of shoot it, but Steven. No. Okay.
I'm watching this dude brick free throw line jumpers for six shots
That's
run.
true.
He'll get the board.
Şengün and Adams can barely even fucking shoot.
They're not mobile either. They're not 2 guys you really see getting open. So
yeah, it just makes absolutely no sense. Next up, Celtics take down Orlando Magic.
They can't shoot at all. I mean, they just. I don't know.
That was a gross series from fucking start to finish, I think. That's really
intent to injure. I mean, this thing was just a bloodbath.
Yeah, it was just a war, really. I mean, Tatum came back after missing game 2, put up dominant performances.
With the cut on his forehead.
Porzingis with the cut on his forehead, yeah. So now they await the eventual winner of the Knicks series. Which
it's a joke. I feel bad. You're just going to get stomped by Boston.
Yeah. The Cavs. Tim, dude. This
They're
was
so good.
Like,
they're so good.
They need to abolish the play-in. I'm
One,
sorry.
the Heat are god awful. That's just
absolutely
no business being there. 2, the Cavs played sensational. They were out of with Darius Garland wasn't even in the last 2 games. Obviously, it may have helped them a little bit, but defensively,
still looks like they didn't skip a beat.
Offensively, they were fucking outstanding. Max Strus had a hell of a series. DeAndre Hunter had a hell of a series. I know they're going to the bench guys a lot. Jared Allen had a hell of a series. But both bigs had a hell of a series. I mean, this was just an all-around showing. Donovan Mitchell didn't need to be the leading scorer most nights. He didn't have to.
What's next for the Heat? Because I think you just blow it up. I think you do.
Yeah,
there's a team that's in desperate need of a center right now.
Yeah, I know.
Running a 6-man rotation in the NBA playoffs, might I add.
Yeah, I think Bam's got to be out the door. His value's through the roof. He's sensational.
Oh, he's awesome.
Sensational. Yeah, so I think that was kind of the highlight of the season.
I will say, though, the Heat have found something in Davion Mitchell.
Yes, I will say, and I will also say that you kind of, if you didn't already know, now you kind of cemented in. Tyler Hero's not a number 1 option. So if you're not building around him. No, it's not.
Absolutely not. Let's go to the next. Oh yeah, the Clippers and Nuggets. This has definitely been the best series
by far.
Let's just rewind to Game 4 real quick. Aaron Gordon, that was the greatest broken play I think I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, this series has been nuts, and that just kind of encapsulates the whole series. It was 1.1 second on the clock. He taps that thing in just off his fingertips. It's, I don't know.
You gotta love sport. And plus, like, the Clippers did everything right that play, too. Like,
nothing wrong.
Perfect double team on Jokic, like, force up a bad shot.
They've been doing a lot of things right.
They've been doing a lot of things right, and now that here they are down 3-2.
It's a damn shame they're one piece away from being, like, the best team in the Western Conference, and they're just getting old. Yes. Like, they needed it this year. They needed it this year.
They did. Jamal Murray, last night, 43 points. There's really...
He's a playoff performer, man.
What else is there to say? He now has the most 40-point games in Nuggets playoff history. He passed Jokic. This guy just gets it done. I feel like he's taken like a lot of shit. Dude. I feel like he plays his best when his and his team's back are against the wall, especially because Murray hasn't really had a great series thus far.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just based on the stats. I mean, he's been like one of the best playoff performers of all time.
He's up there, I'd say.
Just out
of all the players in the league, out of all the current players in the league right now, in terms of playoff performances, top 5.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah. Okay. Clippers take on the Nuggets tomorrow.
It's going to be a nail fight. You don't know. You just don't know.
I think this goes to 7.
It should. We deserve a 7th game. We really do.
This is a series that deserves a 7th game, absolutely. T-Wolves, Lakers. Shannon Sharpe is saying Lakers in 5, and now he's suspended indefinitely from ESPN, and now the Lakers are about to lose in 5. So...
Yeah, kind of a wild turn of events. I actually saw a thing about Bill Belichick the other day, and it said like UNC word. I read it as Unk. I read it as well.
You read it as Unk?
I read it as Unk. I was like, what is Unk? Why is he? He's got a lot on his plate right now. We should be caring about this. And then I reread it.
What a shame that university has turned into. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
What a shame.
You're not having a great day.
What a shame.
Who thought Bill Belichick would get ruined by like a 27-year-old girl?
Dude, it is one of my what I saws with that CBS.
We'll get to it.
But yeah, Lakers play tonight. Backs against the wall. They're favored by 6.5. It's not necessarily... I mean, it is their fault. They didn't really want Mark Williams, and then they were going to trade Dalton Knecht, who you thought, like, since they rescinded the trade, everything, they'd be like, oh, Dalton Knecht, I guess they like him a lot. He's passing out fucking water cups now. Like...
I don't know. They make some
the
questionable
6-man rotation isn't going to work, and I think that would it be different if they had Mark Williams? I think so.
Maybe a little bit, but I don't know.
And you're like running, and I get Rudy Gobert's not good, and I know that, but Randall's really stepped up. Where was this, motherfucker?
I was going to say,
anyway,
from where we talked about Game 2 to now, I mean, this is completely... Game 2 was a coaching masterclass from JJ Redick, but
absolutely.
But I mean, the tides have turned. He can't figure it out.
Also, Luka on defense does not look that good.
Terrible.
Was Nico right?
He might have been.
Was Nico right?
Well, I don't know. I mean, they have their own troubles right now, though.
They have their own issues right now.
Are they really in a better place?
Who knows? Who knows at this point? Do the Lakers even sign Luka to this contract that he's owed? I don't know. And I know he'll give you 35. In his sleep, he'll give you 35.
But he'll be like +2.
It's just so bad.
He'll be like +2. I don't know. I think.
And we said the same thing when the Mavericks were in the finals last year.
But they had other pieces.
He was a bitch.
But they had other pieces. I mean, even when you go to that Western Conference Finals series, they had just had other pieces that could shadow, like just hide him away. Just be like, you know what? Like, we can hide you a little bit. But I mean, LA is they're just attack. They're attacking them, and it's you can't do anything about it.
I just can't.
And LeBron's 40. I mean, I don't know what do you expect.
LeBron's 40 years old.
What do you expect?
And you're
running 40 minutes a night.
And you can't have him be your center. You can't really have Rui Hachimura be your center either.
A 40-year-old LeBron playing center? I mean, what are we thinking?
It's a disaster. It's an absolute disaster. I just don't do. I think the Lakers get it done tonight. Maybe, but I think as soon as it goes back to Minnesota, I think it's.
That's what I'm saying. It's over. I think the series is over.
Yeah,
it's over.
I think it's done. Any other series before we go? I think that's all of them. I mean, OKC advanced on Saturday.
Who cares? That was a joke.
That was a joke. That was a joke of a series. Yeah, let's go to the NHL. Let's start with the games last night. Let's start with the Ottawa Senators. In series elimination games, the Toronto Maple Leafs are now 1-17 in series clinching games. They just can't do it.
They can't do it.
I've never seen a team with this much of bad luck. There was a stat that I think there was a stat that I saw with Austin Matthews where I think it was the same thing. And the one time they did it was in a Game 7 in overtime on the road.
Yeah.
And then the next series they got swept by the second wild card team.
Yeah, I think, you
watched anything nice.
You watched last night's game. Ottawa just wanted it more. I mean, they were all over the puck. Shorthanded goals. They were getting rushes off chances off the rush. It was just,
and if you think that, because last year we said it was it's all coaching and Keefe, can he really, you bring in a new coach now, it's the same group of guys, same GM.
They're just a bunch of losers. I'm not calling them losers.
They may be born,
they're just not winners.
No,
they're not winners.
They're just not winners. And plus, Austin Matthews has never stepped up in a big game that I've ever seen. He's never stepped up.
No, and then
people
want to say this guy's a top 5 player in the league. Maybe do something in the playoffs. Right now, I'm taking Mitch Marner over him, dude. I mean, this is just I don't know. I think we've kind of, at least I've come accustomed to this kind of performance in them. I know last year was a little different, but this is just the Toronto team that we're kind of used to seeing do this. I mean, they just don't get it done when it matters. It's not that I don't think they're trying, because obviously they're trying, but it's just their will. It doesn't feel like
it just doesn't. And now we're going back to Ottawa for a Game 6 where that place gets fucking loud.
Besides the series, they haven't had a Stanley Cup Playoff series since 2017. That place is going to be nuts. Yeah, and you don't want no Leaf fan in sight. I mean, this is going to be, and then you got to.
I would not want to be in that game.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And then you you lose this game in Ottawa. You go back to Toronto, a place that you haven't been able to get it done ever. The Islanders still have more wins in that building, in playoff wins in that building, than the Toronto Maple Leafs do. And they never even played Toronto in a series, dude. They just had that bubble. The bubble was there. That was it.
The bubble.
That was it.
Yeah.
They just can't. They can't win games. I don't know.
Let's go to the other series. Actually, the first series. That ended with handshakes. Hurricanes take down the Devils 5-4 in double overtime in a thriller. The Devils were up 3-0.
And that win last night.
Storm back to tie it. Devils take the lead. Canes tie it again. We had to wait a while. Yeah.
I will say this, Stan. Let's
talk about how do you feel? Okay, this conversation was brought up. This question was brought up to me, and I sort of want to get your opinion on this. How do you feel about the double minor? Because that ultimately decided the game.
Yeah, I know.
Even though there was a minute 30 left on the power play, and it was oh shit, they may actually
I know
they kill this penalty. This is all their momentum, and Svechnikov's gone. There is
yeah, I think,
and then Aho put it in, but
it's just
what do you think?
The way the officiating's been this playoff's been so spotty. So I don't really even know what's. Ekblad got this. This is the first time I've seen you just talking about that Ekblad hit. I know we'll get to it later. I've seen a player other than, I will say, Siplikov this year, because that was fucking ridiculous. But a player in the playoffs not get a penalty and then get suspended right after, because Ekblad's out.
That's absurd.
So it's been definitely spotty. Obviously, you don't want to make. That late in the game, you don't want to make a call like that. It's what are you doing?
I know.
But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I think either way, this was just a beat up Devils team that. They fought hard. They really did.
My one takeaway from the Devils, though, you have your goalie.
Yeah, obviously they made that trade to get
Markstrom was on his fucking head.
The only reason the series was remotely close
was because of him.
Yeah,
it was because of him.
Simon Nemec stepped up too, a guy that they didn't even want to play, and then you got him in the back end. He wants out, so if they're not going to keep him,
he's got to go. I think that Eric Hall has got to go. I think they just need a whole overhaul. Because now, with this shit with the Hughes brothers, that Quinn either wants to play with his brothers in Jersey, or he wants his brothers in Jersey to come over.
It's easier for him to go to Jersey than it is for them to go to Vancouver. I think.
Do you make a trade for Quinn Hughes?
We'll see what the Canucks do. Didn't they just fire Tocchet?
They are in unmitigated disaster.
Yeah,
But
there's a lot going to the offseason. I think the Devils really just need to hit not the reset, but just get the guys healthy, come back, because this is not the team that on paper that we thought was going into this season and last season too. I will say this, going that series, Taylor Hall earned that contract, man. He got a contract today, 3 years.
He did.
He got it. He found a home finally. 3 years.
Yeah. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Let's go to the next game of last night. Definitely one of the more entertaining series, even though a lot of people were calling sweep like myself. Vegas takes down Minnesota.
Minnesota's a hell of a fucking hockey team, dude. Kaprizov's unreal, dude. He's unreal.
He's unbelievable. Unreal. And now we may be going back to Minnesota, where they play tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes, they play tomorrow. I mean, there's some
state of hockey.
I'd be shocked if this goes to 7.
State of hockey.
I wouldn't be shocked. And to think, and I'm not high on John Hines. I am not high on that guy at all. And the fact that he's been and I just think that he's a coach that, he's a hard ass and players don't want to play for him. We know the story with Jack Hughes where he played him on the 4th line. Like, it wasn't
that was a disaster of a year. But
that was insane. He's found a home in Minnesota.
Yeah. They
he has found a home
well.
There. Yeah.
He got a group of hard-nosed, gritty guys with a mix of good skill forwards. And that back end's been, they built that through and through with those young guys. I mean, everyone they've kind of brought up has been through their system. They're phenomenal. Kaprizov's been phenomenal. It's just, I don't know. Are we finally seeing this Minnesota Wild team that maybe people thought could kind of be a contender?
Maybe, because here's what it comes down to: the health of Phil Gustafson.
He's been great.
He left the game due to illness, and then Marc-Andre Fleury comes in, almost got the win. If it wasn't for an offsides call, almost got the win, and then they ultimately lose in overtime thanks to Brett Howden, Ranger legend. God, it's just a lot of ex-Rangers on here. Just kill me.
We're all over the league.
Yeah, we are. I'm still not impressed with Vegas. Like, I'm still not.
I thought I would be, and
I had them going to the cup. I have them going to the cup final, and the team that we have winning the cup just had one of the worst collapses I think I've seen on ice.
They're getting steamrolled, dude.
They're getting bent over and fucked right now. Yeah. They are. I don't. You score a shorthanded goal, you're like, okay, you have momentum. Like 10 seconds later, you give up a goal in the power play.
It's almost just like, it's like, all right, fine. You don't really lose the momentum. You don't really gain any, but like, there's just, I don't know. I agree with you completely. I haven't been as impressed with Vegas as I thought I was. I mean, I don't go into this. I really thought Jack Eichel was going to break out this playoffs.
There's no depth. I feel like the depth.
They used to have. Yeah.
Depth hasn't really stepped up. Next up, Oilers. Take down the Kings 3-1. They take a 3-2 series lead, headed back home. Who would have thought?
This is just nuts, dude.
This is absurd.
Nuts.
I'm starting to feel, if you're a Kings fan, how haven't you killed yourself?
Yeah, and you go back to Game 4. I mean, they just blew it. They blew it.
They absolutely blew it. You're 10 seconds away from going up 3-1 back home.
And you start that. I mean, that stems from their whole style of play. I mean, you go to the third period. They were just trying to play defense. You were just trying to not let them score, and that's just against McDavid and Draisaitl. It's not going to work.
I've never seen a team try and play like prevent defense.
They just that's what they were doing. And you're playing David and Draisaitl. I mean, it's not really going to work.
And I know this happened in Game 4, but the Evander Kane goal, or was it? Yeah, Game 4. Sorry, the Evander Kane goal. That was the worst fucking challenge I think I've ever seen a head coach make in the history of hockey.
What was the point?
Kane kicked it and clearly allowed touch the puck with his stick and put it in. Clear as day.
What's the point of doing that?
Pick that up and give up a power play, and now you the Edmonton Oilers. To the Edmonton Oilers. I don't understand.
I'll give the Oilers props. They do not quit. I mean, when Bouchard kept that puck in, it was snap, shot from the point. They tapped it in. Then you go to overtime, and it's a bank around in front. I mean, it was a Draisaitl who got it. It's just
it was Draisaitl.
And last night, I don't know. You go home to a place they've only lost 4 games in the regular season and they drop their 5th loss this year at home. I mean, that's just. Like, you don't expect that to happen, especially in a big game like that. And now you're going to Edmonton.
Playoffs are a different beast.
Yeah.
Now you're going to Edmonton. Like, that place is going to get fucking loud.
It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be a fun environment. Scenario. Yeah.
It's not good. It's not a good environment.
The way the Kings win is they got to immediately impose their style of game in the first 2 periods and not do what they did last in the Game 4 in the third. Yeah. Maybe play a little more aggressive and then step back a little bit.
All right, next up, the Dallas Stars take a 3-2 series lead over the Avalanche. We said
Wyatt Johnston, this team's great, man.
We said Wyatt Johnston needs to step up. He needs to step up. He's had the playoff experience. He's had like 36 games of playoff
He's
experience.
younger than us, dude. It's unreal.
20 years old.
It's unreal.
He's like 21 years old. He's younger than us. And here he is putting the team on his back 9 seconds into the game. That's a horrible goal to let up if you're Mackenzie
Who cares?
Blackwood.
You get it early.
Get it early, and that's exactly what they did.
Harley's been good.
Is this over?
I don't know. I mean,
calling it? They don't play until tomorrow.
I think, and the thing is, like with this Dallas team, if they move on to the next round, you get back Heiskanen, like that completely elevates your team to another level.
Back, you get Robo back.
Yeah, and it's like okay, now you're like holy shit, this team's kind of putting together, and they're like, this is the team that looks like they're going to the Cup.
Also, like think about it though, if let's say Colorado wins tomorrow, I'm putting the house on Dallas because Pete DeBoer is like fucking Mr. Game 7.
Never loses.
Game 7.
Yeah. So
remember that. Pete DeBoer never loses a Game 7.
I think this has been a hell of a series, just skill-wise, matchup-wise. They've been great. I know the scores haven't been as close as some of the other ones, but
I also just love how Ryan Lindgren is like the main culprit of penalties for the Avalanche. It just makes me laugh.
What's new?
Lol.
Him and Brock Nelson on the same team.
That is true. Washington takes down Montreal. They play tonight. Now we're sticking to the games today. Or I don't even know when this is going to come out, if I'm being honest.
It'll come out eventually.
It'll come out eventually. What the fuck was I just going to say? Washington, that game on Sunday was pretty sick.
Bell Center's bumping, but it's.
I mean, the Tom Wilson hit just changed the game, and I think it changed the series.
This is a blood. They're fighting in the bench. I mean, this has just been nuts.
This is what hockey's all about.
Yeah, this has been nuts. That ref trying to get a hold of. What are you doing in the bench, dude? Get out of the. That ref's gonna get killed.
I know, but that hit changed the series, and people can say dirty hit that he left his feet. But I'll say this. Never put your head down when you have Tom Wilson on the fucking ice. Like,
welcome to the Stanley Cup Playoffs, dude. What do you want? I mean,
I think the Canadians
was it Jake Evans too?
I think who got hit by Tom Wilson? Tom Wilson hit. Oh, or was it? It was Duhaime.
Duhaime.
It was Duhaime. Right? Or no, not Duhaime. Sorry. Duhaime scored the goal. Sorry. It's Carrier.
Carrier, all right.
Or is it Carrier?
Carrier.
All right, yeah, close enough. Yeah, but you got to be aware of your surroundings and head on the swivel when it comes to that guy being on the ice because he just changed this. I think that ended the series. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, if it wasn't already over,
the series. If it wasn't already over, then
nail in the coffin.
And now if they win tonight, we're probably gonna get a Caps Kane series, and that honestly just forced me to tears.
I don't know if I don't know if I love that one. I hate Carolina so much.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about them.
They're the worst, man. I mean, they're like I don't even know how do we describe them from like another fandom perspective.
I don't know if it's from another fandom.
No, from like in another sports. Like if we were like for like the Mets and Yankees, like I don't know a team like that. Like just the Phillies,
the Cleveland Guardians.
Yeah, I guess they
play an unorthodox style.
Yeah,
and they can just never get it done.
I don't know if
that's kind of how I feel.
I hate the fucking Phillies. Whatever.
I wouldn't think the Phillies either, even though they're bullpen. It's just like their style of play.
I'm just thinking like hatred-wise.
To winning.
Yeah.
Oh, hatred-wise? I don't know. I think it's quality over quantity, if you ask me.
Either way.
Whatever.
This series is going to suck.
Yes, it will.
Carolina's going to win. I think Carolina wins in 6 if that becomes a series, but...
Jets Blues. Tied at 2. Every home team has won.
Fucking great.
Unreal.
He's been great.
I can't get over this kid.
20 years old on the first line on the power play. He's putting pucks in the net.
Yeah, I do think that Winnipeg takes it tonight. I think it's going to be one of those series where the home team wins every game.
What the fuck? Connor Hellebuck, dude. I mean, do I need to pull up his stats for these last 2 games?
Bad. If you want to talk about goalie stats, we could talk about Vasilevsky's as well.
Well, but Connor Hellebuck
goals against is in like the fucking 80s.
I think Hellebuck's might be worse, dude. They're terrible.
Someone tweeted, or was it Buchagros? It was either Buchagros or Merles. I'm guessing it was Buchagros. But I just saw another 6 stat, but it wasn't it. I'm trying to find the...
Yeah, when was this? 3 days ago?
There was a stat that was basically
15 goals and 80...
Yes. Since the Stanley Cup run in 2022 where they lost, these are the past three playoff runs for Vasilevsky. 875, 897, 884. That's his goals against average.
Yeah.
For his save percentage. Sorry. His save percentage, I don't know.
Well, this is the crazy thing is Hellebuck's in this series is an 817, and these two guys are up for Vezina.
Yeah.
like,
These are the standards for the
like
Vezina Trophy right now.
It's unbelievable. I mean, he's been bad. He's been really bad, and
it's not
both
been
of
good.
them. But I don't know. I don't know either. I wish I could try and find this. I saw like a board of it.
Let's talk about Tampa and Florida while we're at it. I mean, we put the future on it. It looked. They went down 2-1. Now they won on Saturday, and you're like, okay, we're back. And then they go. I don't understand it. I just don't understand how you give up 2 goals in 10 seconds like that. 3 goals in 2 minutes if you want to be even more specific.
Yeah.
Like,
all right, wait,
just a collapse.
Hold on.
And now you're fucked with these rumors about John Cooper possibly going to Utah.
Yeah, that'd be nuts. I mean, but a fresh start for him wouldn't be bad. I just want to point this out real quick because we were talking about how bad Vasi has been in the playoffs for the last 3 runs they've had.
Yes.
Hellebuyck's last 3 playoff runs. 2022-23, 8.86 save percentage, a 3.44 goals against. You go to 23-24, an 8.64 save percentage, a 5.23 goals against. And this season, an 8.17 save percentage so far with a 4.24 goals against. He has been abysmal.
Yeah, hasn't been good.
No.
It hasn't been good.
Going back to Tampa, they're getting fucking bullied. They're getting bullied. That's just, it's just
it feels like, I think John Cooper said it best. It's just like every game that there's an issue with like a hit or something like that, and he's asked about it all the time because that's just how it's been.
Yeah, they don't have the firepower to back. I mean, they're
fucking
bullied.
dirty.
Yeah.
They are dirty.
Florida's full of rats, dude. That's what you gotta be. But they get away with it because they won the cup last year, which is a little annoying. But
it is. And now that the Marchand element too, like there's just so much to go into that.
Yeah. And
it's really
and we said, I mean, going into this, the way that Florida's gonna win this series is they gotta play scrappy and they gotta we said they gotta win the first 2. They gotta win 2, steal 1 in Tampa. If they can win 2, it's over, and that's exactly what they did. So I don't know. It doesn't look good for Tampa.
It does not look good right now. They take on the Panthers tonight. What do we think?
Florida gets it done.
Florida gets it done? Same thing with Washington. Who wins tonight? Winnipeg, St. Louis.
Honest to God,
I think it's Winnipeg.
I just think Winnipeg. It just goes home and home.
Winnipeg.
I think the Blues at some point are going to turn the tide, and I think tonight might be the night. Hellebuyck's been terrible.
Okay. All right, let's go to the NFL draft. Let's start with the Jets, just to get it out of the way. Did you like the pick? It wasn't a popular pick. Their first round pick. I'm forgetting what his name is.
Membou.
Yes, Membou.
There
we go.
Don't necessarily have anything against it. I think he's a phenomenal tackle. I think like if you were just gonna go based off value and what they needed at that spot, I think you had to probably get an offensive. I know people want to get a quarterback, but you just signed Justin Fields.
It's a plug and play.
Exactly.
It's a plug and play
for
guy.
a line that got depleted in the offseason too. I mean, we lost a ton of guys compared to last season. Now we're going in with kind of a fresh
now you have like
a young guy.
Now you have something to build on with that offensive line because you drafted Olufashanu last year.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have Membou.
Membou, yeah.
I mean, it could help, especially with the quarterback.
They got what's his face at center too. Oh my god.
I
forget his name. Yeah, this is gonna bother both of us.
Looking it up.
Joe Tippmann.
All right, there you go. All right.
Yeah, and their problem really has been these false starts were atrocious last year. I think that's got to be a main address. But they haven't had an O-line since Mangold was there that kind of had built chemistry. It's always been a plug and fill. So
also, I feel like the run game wasn't as great as it was last year.
No.
Membou's an outstanding run blocker.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it gives... I don't know what it is. He's just an Aaron Glenn guy.
Yeah,
that's just how I feel.
I feel like he's kind of just the perfect guy. He's ready, so I think you just take him and plug him in. Plus, he's a giant dude.
Yeah,
he's 6'4", 332. Like he's a big dude.
Unreal.
So,
okay, let's do the Giants now. They take Abdul Carter. We said it last episode. They're building through their pass rush. They're keeping Kayvon Thibodeau. It seems like they've just picked up his option. So now you could really have Carter kind of like
rotational pieces.
Like just like a rotational piece, like
kind of what the Jets did 2 years ago.
It's gonna be similar to how the Cowboys like eased in Micah Parsons in his rookie season, where he's more of an off-ball linebacker on first and second down, but when you need that third down sack, you're putting him in as a pass rush guy. And I think that especially now with who's on our pass rush, you now have Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence, Thibodeau, and now Abdul Carter, who is bar none the best player in the draft. And I don't want to hear the whole Lawrence Taylor thing about him wanting 56. He was never getting 56. Absolutely not. I don't know. I heard a take the other day that I don't even want to share over.
Should just gave it to him?
No, I mean, I don't know what number he's going to be. Lawrence Taylor basically told him to fucking kick rocks.
I mean, I would too.
Yeah. But he's the most pro-ready player in this class, without a doubt. And I'm excited. Like, I am excited. I'm very excited. And
would be
now,
too.
the Giants, we're not done yet. They trade up for Jaxson Dart. And now, that may not be the popular choice. It may not
Mold
be...
him.
Yeah, mold him. Like, that's exactly what they're doing with this. Because Brian Daboll never...
He's not going to start.
You may hate the pick. You may love the pick. At least, like, they're actually, like, trying, like, okay, let's develop someone.
Why not? Why not take a chance at it?
Because they got fucked with the Daniel Jones thing.
They never let him develop, really. I mean, you had him at Eli for like a year, but...
Yeah, so now he gets to learn under Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston. And now he gets time to develop behind the veterans. And he's physical. He's getting Jalen Hurts comps. Like, just from his size alone.
Yeah.
So, it's Daboll's type of guy. And before anybody says something about, like, oh, well, how dare he get... Well, Jalen Hurts was benched in the national championship game. That's number one. Number two, Josh Allen was... Remember when Josh Allen was drafted? And we were all talking about, like, the dumb mistakes he would make and all this. That's why you draft quarterbacks, to develop
Josh
them.
Allen made them in the NFL. If you don't remember, he wasn't always this good. He was pretty bad his rookie year. I mean, he was
pretty fucking terrible.
He couldn't throw with any accuracy. So it takes time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know Dart had some dumb moments in Ole Miss, like playing wise, but I really love it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it right now. And I love the Cam Scatterbo pick too. Like, that's just like, I don't have to watch Devin Singletary or Eric Gray.
Yeah.
Like, you just need a fucking physical guy, and that's exactly what he is.
Yeah. And you're filling holes. You're filling holes, and the Jets are the same thing. Jets needed a tight end, Mason Taylor. Yeah. I mean, his dad was on the Jets, and they're both his dad and his uncle in the Hall of Fame, dude.
I'm loving it. Okay, let's go to other teams. Titans take Cam Ward.
Yo, what a shock!
I mean, what a shock! I mean, I think he can open up the offense a bit. I feel like he fits Brian Callahan's mold, kind of like Joe Burrow. I just say he's like a more mobile Joe Burrow. He never moved me, dude. He's going to be trying to make plays, which scares me because they lack so much at receiver.
I know.
Like, I know they have Ridley. I know they just signed Lockett, but like, he's going to try to make plays, and I'm going to be a bit scared for him. Which is going to be something a little maybe.
I don't know.
Much.
I feel like he might be like a Jaden Daniels type with the mobility he has in the pocket to kind of make those passing throws. But I feel like he might do like what Bryce Young did in that first year, which is just try way too much.
All right, next up, definitely the shock of the draft, really, the Jags trading up to get Travis Hunter. What do we think of the trade itself, first of all?
If he sucks, this is horrendous.
Yes.
That's kind of just where it's...
I do think, though, that the Browns kind of maybe fleeced.
Yeah. What do you mean maybe?
Yeah.
They moved back 3 spots, and they got next year's first round pick from them. And
yes, I think as well. Though I think that there's both sides won here.
But let me say, what is Travis Hunter going to do on the Browns? That's like anything positive.
Yeah, exactly. Who's going to throw him the ball?
It doesn't fit what they're trying to do right now.
Yeah. For the Jags, I think that it was a move to make. Kind of had to overpay for it because you want to get the most
for everyone. Dude.
Yes. You want to get the most out of Trevor Lawrence. That's number one. Number two, you now have a clear-cut wide receiver 2 to pair with Brian Thomas. And now you have the offensive coaching with Liam Cohen.
How long does he play both sides of the ball, dude? Be honest. Because he's a much better DB than he is receiver. And at some point, I feel like you got to make a decision. Because I don't think in today's modern NFL, I don't know if this is going to work.
I mean, we'll see. Like, the secondary does need help, but I just feel like they need to score points. Like, that was the big issue. They needed the offense. That's why they got Liam Cohen. Like, they needed playmakers on offense. We'll see if he can do it. I think he'll be primarily an offensive guy. He'll be like a rotation cornerback, if you ask me. There's no way he's going to be playing every offensive and defensive snap.
I think
you can easily get away with that in college. You cannot get away with that. But
that's what I'm saying. I kind of think you got to make a decision. I think he's a better DB than he is receiver. So I think kind of you got to...
We'll see. We'll see how they use him. I mean...
He's a unicorn.
He is. He is a unicorn. Next up, this is one of my favorite picks of the draft, if I'm being honest. Will Campbell goes to the New England Patriots.
This guy's nuts.
Dude, this guy's awesome.
Makes me want to buy a truck.
Yeah, really. He's like, I will die for Drake May. Like,
I protect my quarterback. I'm a quarterback guy.
Every Patriot fan just freaking ran through a brick wall after he said that.
He's going to Ken, dude. He's clearly going to Ken. He's already get this dude a gold jacket. Are you kidding? He's the next Joe Thomas.
Already. I mean, Drake May gets the protection that he so desperately needed. Also, now he gets protection when he has a pretty semi-decent receiving core now that he has Stephon Diggs. He's one of the most agile offensive linemen I think I've ever seen. People were bitching about the short arms.
Who gives a fuck?
I don't think it matters.
No.
I really don't think it matters. And now they're sort of molding into that Patriot way because now here's Vrabel. And now you have Josh McDaniels calling the plays. I just think he's just the perfect Patriot guy. Which I'm sorry for you to hear that, Tim. But
no, I agree with you completely. I think his mentality kind of fits the scheme. I think he was one of 8 LSU linemen ever as a freshman to start and never lose their job. Like he played every snap. So
and plus, I think he has one of the best quotes ever, where he was like, "You get a sack a game if you're a bona fide Hall of Famer.
If you give up a sack.
If you give up a sack, if you're an offensive lineman, you give up a sack a game. You're working at Amazon.
Yeah, so he's right, and that's I think he's the perfect guy to kind of fit that Patriot way if they want to continue to kind of go down that train they've done their entire existence.
The Browns get Mason Graham, and there was the overall consent. It went from they're looking at Abdul Carter. Then they kind of backed off on Abdul Carter. Then they were looking at Travis Hunter, and then they were like, let's trade the pick. I like Mason Graham. I think that it's a good. They needed a rushing defender. I feel like because they kind of lacked that.
They had the pass rush.
They had a pass rush, but they couldn't really find a way to stop the run. I think it's a good value pick for what they traded for.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean,
I'm kind of like
they didn't love anyone, so they moved back 3 spots to get a pick in next year's draft. To be honest, Jaxson to a team who's probably not going to be very good. So
yeah. Next up, Raiders get Ashton Genty. This is the running back that they needed. They're did back
something together, dude.
I like it a lot. And I know, like, I hate drafting running backs this early in the first round, but they needed it. They so desperately needed it. I think that this is gonna be this is the power back that they needed. And I know they were kind of out on him, and then it looked like Jacksonville was just gonna take him, and then they traded up, so that just opened it up for that. And I also think because Mason Graham went, I just think that Ashton Genty was going to be the pick there. So we'll see. I mean,
I think they're doing a good job kind of retooling on the fly because from what it was last year to what it is now, I think it looks a lot better.
Absolutely. Bryce Young gets yet another receiver. This time, Teteroa McMillan.
They signed Hunter Renfrow too, didn't they?
They did sign Hunter Renfrow as well. I think that I don't know why Panthers fans were so upset by this.
I think this is a great pick for them.
This is an outstanding pick. Absolutely. I mean, it gives them a big target. That's number one. They never really had a true number one receiver. And he's a big play guy downfield. Like, you throw it up to him, he's going to go get it. The guy's fucking 6'4". Like, let's
Megatron, dude.
Yeah. Like, 50-50 balls, he's going to win. And I'm really loving it. I mean, they have a fun group of young receivers, do not get me wrong. But he is the clear-cut number one receiver on that team.
100%.
And I'm happy that Bryce Young finally has.
We think he's good. I mean, we've been saying this for. I think he.
And now, a hand up, you can look back, and then when they benched him, and then they won the game with Dalton, I'm like, you got to trade him now. But then, what do I know?
Yeah, clearly we don't know much. But I will say, I think he's going to kind of find his own. And again, I don't know how you can be upset with adding a receiver.
He can create too. Yeah. Like if you throw to him short, he can go get you the yards. Like,
why would you be upset about this?
Perfect storm.
Panthers scored 14 points a game last year. I don't understand why you would be upset about adding an offensive weapon.
I don't understand either. The Saints go get Kelvin Banks Jr. It felt like it was either this or Dart, and they went with Kelvin Banks. They did not pick up the 5th-year option on Trevor Penning, so that's a key spot this offseason, so they felt, why not just build it now? I don't know. I think Banks is good. I just think that the situation in New Orleans right now isn't.
It's awful. It's been awful for a while, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I know they have versatility. I think it's a good start to a rebuild. It's a good start.
It's a long way to go, dude.
It's a long way to go, but it's a good start nonetheless. That's what I think.
Yeah. I mean, I don't got I think the Saints kind of, I don't know what they're doing. I really don't.
Yeah. And then the Bears get their tight end. It's not
what everyone
Tyler
thought.
Warren, which I was shocked by. It's Colson Loveland. And I look at this and I think
he's more of a receiver, but this guy's a stud, dude.
Look at what Ben Johnson did with Sam Laporta and get back to me. Because I think, and now you have an offense, you have Caleb, and now you have his weapons being Loveland, Kmet, Adunze, DJ Moore. They drafted Luther Burden in the 2nd round. This offense looks pretty fucking good.
That's what I'm saying. They kind of got weapons. And again, he is at that receiver tight end build. He's a decent blocker, but you could run so many sets with him, just getting him beat. I mean, if a linebacker's on him, he's going to toast him.
Oh, yeah. I like Loveland a lot. I think that he was the one good offensive player for Michigan all year.
Probably.
Yeah. Let's look at some other picks real quick. Tyler Warren to the Colts. This is cool. Just considering that the Colts finally have their tight end. I feel like we've been hearing about Mo Alley Cox.
Don't know who their quarterback is
5
yet.
years. It's either going to be Anthony Richardson or Daniel Jones.
It's weird that they're planning that.
That's weird. I agree. Let's get to the big one. Shedeur Sanders, 5th round pick. The prank call kind of said it all, if you really ask me. I mean, what really scared, and honestly, like, we can talk about the interview. We can talk about, like, what we thought he was saying. But this
is the reality of the situation.
Maybe he's just not that good.
Yeah, but also, again, this is just, like, we could talk about all the hearsay we want. I know he didn't have a good Giants interview. That's what the word going around is. But this is just the reality of the situation. He's drafted in the 5th round, and honestly, that quarterback room is full of, I don't know what they're planning on doing.
I don't know what they're going to do.
Draft Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd round, so
that was ridiculous when I saw that. That was ridiculous.
Listen, he's the most college starts of any college quarterback. Look what happened with Bo Nix last year. I'm telling you, these Oregon guys are pro-ready coming out of school. And that's just what happens. They're 3 for 3 in their last
Dylan Gabriel was going 6th round, and you know it.
They're 3 for 3 in their last quarterback. Yeah, you know what I will say? 3 for 3 on their last quarterbacks they've produced.
You're not counting Mariota.
I have to. They went to the playoffs. They went to the playoffs.
All right. And they did win a playoff game.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. I'll give it to you. Yeah, but I think that the situation for Shedeur is I like it just because Stefanski has gotten the most out of Flacco at his age, went to the playoffs with him.
Does that say more about him or Flacco?
A little bit of both. He's gotten the most out of Case Keenum as well. Like,
I think, listen, it's going to be interesting to see what they do. Does he get the starting job? I don't think so. I don't know.
Well, because the thing is, when Stefanski was with Minnesota, Case Keenum goes to an NFC Championship game with Case Keenum. Kind of brought Kirk Cousins' career back.
Yeah.
Because when he signed with the Vikings, everyone's like, this fucking guy sucks. And then
turned it around.
There's that. I mean, I think taking 2 quarterbacks when you already had a full quarterback room is bold.
It's probably the boldest move in the draft.
It's the boldest move in the draft, absolutely.
He signed Kenny Pickett in the offseason, dude.
But I will say, though, taking 2 quarterbacks when you already have a full room, it improves the Browns' chances of possibly finding a clear backup and a clear starter.
Well, Deshaun's out for the year, so.
Yeah, so we'll see, but I don't know. And now let's talk about the prank call, because this has just been dominating.
It's hilarious.
I mean, God, I feel bad.
I feel bad, but also, like, why are you live streaming your own, like...
Yeah, like, why? I don't know.
So,
for those that don't know, Jeff Ulbrich, the former interim head coach for the Jets, who is now the defensive coordinator for the Falcons, his son was home, and I guess Jeff got caught lacking and left his iPad open, and all the, like, public forum amongst NFL coaches for, like, contact information. Here's what screwed Shedeur, and I'll tell you that. Usually in those forums, it's an agent's number. So you contact the agent gives.
He doesn't have one.
The number. He's self-represented.
Yeah.
So he put his not his actual phone number, but he put the phone number where there's that.
Real quick.
I'm sorry. Like, you're sitting in an Ole Miss frat house. Like, again, I hate it. I just hate it.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to do that on someone's draft.
There's no reason to. And the fact that, like, it was posted.
But also, why was Shedeur live streaming his whole draft?
Yeah, there's that too. But also, you just cost your father $250,000
I know.
of his own money. If I'm Jeff Ulbrich, I am making Jax pay that fucking money.
Work it off.
Come up with it. Work it off. Go fucking take a 24-hour shift at Waffle House and skip the Signu party. For God's sake.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Real quick, Jordan Travis has informed the Jets he intends to retire. So if anyone was hoping he had a shot, not anymore. I think his knee is really that busted, which is unfortunate. You're wearing the Florida State hoodie.
That sucks. I am repping the Florida State hoodie. Damn, that blows. Yeah, but I just what?
Yeah, it's an expensive prank phone call. It doesn't really.
That's a pretty expensive prank phone call. And now you're hearing all this information about people, getting prank phone calls. It happened to Tyler Warren. It happened to Abdul Carter. There was another guy, and I think it happened to Tyler Shuck as well. But
did it all stem from Ulbrich?
No, it didn't. But if I'm Jeff Ulbrich,
I'm pissed.
I'm pissed.
I'm also pissed about the job I did with the Jets.
There's that too.
You should pay a fine for the job he did with the Jets. He was a horrible head coach.
Like, this whole thing though is just so, like, how can you be so dumb?
Yeah, I mean, what do you do? I mean, how old is he? 19 or something?
21. He's our age.
I mean, what are you thinking, man? Just give it a rest.
We had that information. Would you do it?
I'd call him for an interview.
Yeah, I'd call him to come on the pod. And then the whole statement thing where he was like, Shador, I'm so sorry. Like, stop. Fuck off.
He doesn't care.
Get the fuck out of here with that.
He doesn't care.
Well, I mean, he's going to care now.
That's now I'm saying.
Cost his father $250,000.
I think now he cares, but before all of this came out, I don't think.
If I just loved like the outcry on Twitter though, because it's like, well, you know, his father is paying for his son's fuck up. It's like, what do you want them to do though? Like, that's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's like a college tuition fund right there. I mean, that you don't just come up with that overnight.
Especially at Ole fucking Miss.
Yeah. So
Ole Miss has been in the news a lot.
Oh, the other. Yeah.
There's that thing that no one can talk about anymore ever.
Because it wasn't real.
It wasn't real. Yes, there's that. There's Dart going to the Giants. There's this Ulbrich prank call. What else? No one does it like Signu.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
that was Ole Miss as well. There's a lot. I think that was Ole Miss.
I don't know. They had the Mayo.
May have been.
What's his face? Will Levis with the Mayo was there too.
He was not at Ole Miss.
Oh yeah, you're right. He wasn't. I think
it was at Kentucky. Yeah, was nobody does it like Signu Ole Miss? Oh no, that was Arkansas. I apologize. Let's see. Any other NFL draft shit? I'm proud of my team.
Yeah, I don't think the Jets did a bad job. I don't think the Jets did a bad job at all. I'll say that.
I'm very proud of my team. I'm very excited to see like what this team like gets to do this season. And I think someone said it best on Twitter. There is no better time to be a Giant fan than the NFL draft to 3 p.m. at week 1.
Yeah. Well, I mean, goes for the Jets, dude.
Goes for the Jets.
Same boat, buddy.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to what I saw. Let's talk about it. Bill Belichick and Jordan Hudson. This is
Dude's just ruining his what is he thinking? Then he's posting videos
Michelle Beal said it best. It's like we're talking about one of if not the greatest football coach ever, and this is how we're talking about.
And he's just ruining his leg. I don't know what he's doing. He's an idiot. You know, before you get to the funny thing, when I'm seeing those videos of him doing like yoga on the beach, he's clearly uncomfortable and struggling. And
my God, the strawberry lobster.
Yeah, this is awesome. Like not Bill Belichick, dude. Like
it isn't.
When I think of Bill Belichick, I think of like early 2000s New Jersey, like home in the suburbs, like you know what I'm saying. You know exactly what I'm talking about. That kind of like furniture esque. Like that's what I picture him coming home to. Not to this 24-year-old whoever. I don't know what he's. What is he doing?
Okay, so for those that don't know, Bill Belichick is dating a 24-year-old named Jordan Hudson, who apparently they met on a plane, and she was reading a philosophy book, and Bill signed it. That's the story.
From what I'm hearing about her, there's no way she reads a book. She never read a book in her life.
Bill goes on CBS Sunday Morning, which is the Sunday morning news show for CBS.
Sports
and
one,
does No, it's not sports. It's
I thought it was okay.
No, this is like real. Like,
the way I saw it was on the CBS Sports, but whatever. Okay. That's why I got on my feet.
The entire interview, Jordan, the girlfriend, is like staring, and like the guy that did the story even mentioned, he was like, Jordan was a presence at this interview, and then all the guy asked was, how did we meet? How did you guys meet? Jordan Hudson goes, we're not talking about that. Why not?
Yeah.
What's the point here?
You're bringing up a good point. I never thought of that.
Did you not meet on the plane? And now here is why Jordan Hudson being girlfriend/publicist is so stupid. Because if Bill Belichick had a normal publicist, and let's just say that the meeting on the plane story wasn't actually the real story, the publicist would have said, no, stick with that story. Like, stick with it.
Just leave it at that.
Any normal trained publicist would be like, no, stick with that story.
Why would you even lie?
Jordan Hudson is not a trained publicist.
They need Shauna.
She's a pageant queen. They need Shauna from Entourage.
That's what they need.
Jordan Hudson is not a trained publicist. She's a former pageant queen, and she just shot herself in the foot with that. What are you doing?
Well,
and then the whole thing with her being attached on every fucking email, the trademarks that did you see that with the trademark, like Chapel Bill's trademark?
She's trying to build like a brand for herself.
Every trademark, every phrase that was trademarked by the Patriots now is whatever it was, parentheses, Bill's version. Like,
it's just so stupid.
What the fuck happened?
I don't know. I really don't know. I think he's lost his mind a little bit. I think.
Is this like a fucking?
But now UNC football's worried.
Yeah, and now the entire universe, according to TMZ, it was like TMZ Sports basically said that interview was like really, it was like kind of gave the school like a moment to look back and be like, and reflect and be like, what the fuck?
Like, what are we thinking?
I just don't. And now she's like retweeting tweets on Twitter. Basically, I mean, I believe that these are just people that she has paid off to, tweet their support. Because, so there was that someone said, nothing awkward about it. Imagine a private person wanting to keep their private life private. Shocking. If you want to keep your private life private, then why is she there?
Why are you doing an interview at all?
Why is she there? I see a woman who cares about her man and doesn't want him to be screwed around by the media. You think she cares about him? We know what we know there.
I think they're worried, or at least she is trying to play a...
And also, like, doesn't want the media...
They're all over
screwing
it.
with him. Doesn't want the media screwing... He's been dealing with the media for the past 40 fucking years.
You're screwing with him. If I'm a Patriots fan, I'm sick.
This one killed me. Bill looks like he wants to reach across and strangle the life out of the interviewer. I kind of wish he did. For what? Doing his job?
He's just asking questions.
Like,
I love how much he hates Robert Kraft, though.
The interview was supposed to be about his new book about his dad at Navy. They were wearing Navy for a reason. Like,
they're going to ask you other questions. And I love that when they asked him about Robert Kraft in the book, he was just like, what? Yep. He's like, yep.
Like, I just don't understand. Like, I just don't understand this logic. And, like, the fact that we're talking about this man who was once, like, treated like Jesus himself.
The fact that he now is being questioned of legitimacy for a head coaching job is kind of insane. Or not head coaching, which is like, whole athletic department job. It's kind of...
It's really insane. Let me find the TMZ report about Bill. Because I literally saw it the other day. Or not the other day, yesterday. Here we go. UNC personnel is worried that Jordan Hudson's influence on Bill Belichick could become a problem.
It already is a problem.
It already is. Belichick and Hudson's recent appearance in a CBS Morning interview is not sitting well with the school.
It's not sitting well with anyone. This is just idiocracy. I don't know what he was thinking initially, like bringing her along and allowing.
I feel bad for Steve.
Yeah.
I feel like Steve is like, who the fuck is this bitch? Like,
I think the whole family's probably like, what is this? And it's, I don't know. It's a weird situation because like he doesn't, I don't know.
I just don't understand. I really don't. I don't get it.
Sorry.
Like, I don't get it.
It's like he's living like an old man in Miami with money. I mean, that's what he's living like.
Yeah. This is, like I said before, like, I feel like this is just like a halfway through life crisis. And the fact that, like,
halfway through life, Stan, he's 70-something years old.
I'm more than halfway through life crisis. Let's leave it at that. I'm not ready to watch UNC football. If I have to see her,
she's on the sideline?
If I have to see her on my television while watching UNC football,
then I won't watch.
Shador and Hunter are gone. Like, I mean, Colorado's going to be great and all, but, like, let's be honest. They're not going to get the coverage that they used to get. And now it's Bill. Like, I hate it.
It's just stupid.
My next one I saw, it has returned. It has returned, and I have it right here.
Bush Apple, yeah.
Right Apple. We're back.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
We are back, baby.
Apple.
My God. Love it. I had one yesterday. I was like, this is the life I want to live.
It's the way to do it.
It is the way to do it. I'm just so happy.
I like the peach one though a lot. I think
the peach is the next flavor that's coming out. If I'm not mistaken.
It already came out. So they canceled. They canceled Apple and peach came out, and then
but I think they're doing like May to July,
and then peach. I like the peach one a lot.
Apple,
gas.
Or April to June is Apple.
Whatever.
I think
it's
July,
beer nonetheless.
Beer's beer at this point. So I'm just happy that Busch Light Apple's back in my life. Tim, you're what I saw.
It always comes back to the round of golf, but this isn't even for me. My roommate yesterday, Stan, you saw my text.
Oh, yeah,
he shot a 75. We were playing for lunch. I shot an 87. This dude literally took the money out of my pocket, used it to buy the lunch, and came back and gave me a wallet. Like, he played me. I mean, I got robbed blind, dude. It was brutal. I mean, he hit like a 14-foot birdie putt. And I'm like tapping mine in for. I'm like, all right, I'm about to tap this one in for par. I'm like, maybe he'll leave it short. Maybe he'll miss the second putt. No, it was brutal.
Real quick, Hunter Men versus Gorilla. Who's winning?
It's not as simple as just yes. It's like, well, it's a matter of how we're doing this. And because this is, I'll be as quick as I can about this. I'll be as quick as I can.
It's the gorilla any day. Which are we talking about? Just a gorilla or the gorilla? Like Harambe, Mike Francesa.
If you have 100 O linemen that are athletic and 6'9", 300, and they all have the same mentality that all they have to do is take out that gorilla, and they're like, that's it, like either live or death, whatever. I'm just gonna go do that. 100, you need like 40 men to do that, and that'd be easy money. If you just picked 100 people off the street and that gorilla is winning in maybe 4 seconds, dude. I mean, when the first guy dies, it's gonna be pandemonium. Everyone's running for their life.
Did this start? Like,
I don't know.
So, like, how did we get here?
I don't know. I saw someone do like 1,000,000 men versus 10,000 gorillas, and I was like, I don't think you realize how big 1,000,000 is, dude. Like,
yeah, people are
swarm.
There's something else. Oh yeah, Yankees. I mean, we could talk a little bit of baseball. I mean, just like for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, the Yankees got a big win yesterday.
So do the Mets.
Mets were the first team to 20 wins. We'll be close to full-time baseball talk. Yeah. I think that...
I saw was Brandon Nimmo got 9 RBIs the other day, tied a franchise record. I'd be remiss if I didn't
also making my return. Oh, my other one I saw, because I'm going to the Yankee game on Tuesday. They replaced the fries in the chicken bucket.
What?
This is like the Maryland crab fries with like that seasoning.
Oh, that's what's in there?
So Yankee Stadium is like clutched up with the food situation, if you ask me. And I know that Citi Field is like known for their food, and they're pretty good. But don't sleep on Yankee Stadium, because I do want to try a Philly cheesesteak egg roll from Citi Field.
You gotta get to Citi Field.
I do. I've never been.
You want? Okay, I was thinking about this earlier because we're both gonna be home. The Citi Field series in July, Mets Yankees.
Remember that thing that I mentioned to you about?
You're right. Yes.
Be on the lookout for that, possibly.
Yes.
Be on the lookout for that. And plus, that's going to be a lot of money. Yeah. And trying to get over both bridges on July 4th weekend.
Okay, you're probably right. Maybe we just go to like a Mets Twins Tuesday night.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
But anyway, what I was saying, people would get the chicken bucket. But here's the thing. The fries would suck.
They're soggy.
They were the worst part. And plus, they would give you like 5 chicken tenders, and like the rest would be fries.
All at the bottom is just gross.
Now they added like the Maryland crab fries to the chicken bucket. Like, that's life changing.
Stepping the game up.
Get me to God's country, aka the chicken bucket.
Dude, I didn't even
get me there.
I should have got something else. I got a pretzel at the Mets game.
They have like steak fries. Like,
oh yeah, the thick ones.
LaBelle's steak fries. Did you know? Life hack. You can change it to tots.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
Yes.
There you go.
You can change it to tots.
I did not know that.
That's breaking news. Steak tots.
I got to try more food at Citi Field. The Shake Shack line's always out the door. I don't even try that.
Yeah, the Shake, and you can literally just drive 15 minutes to it.
And I'm a simple guy, you know. I'll sneak a sandwich in and then buy a hot dog. Like, you know, I'm a big bring a PB&J to the ballpark kind of guy, because like
I'm not that type of guy. But
trust me, dude.
I'm more of like, get something like from like a food vendor outside the stadium.
Right.
You bring it in and like.
So I went to the Mets game. I brought
chopped cheese.
I brought 2 chicken sandwiches to the last Mets game I went to.
Yes.
Delicious, right? You eat, then you get the pretzel, and you're like, all right, I'm not that hungry. And I had 2 chicken sandwiches and a pretzel in the Mets game. It's like, all right, I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah, no, I'm a bring the food in guy. You can call me crazy. You can call me cheap, whatever you want. I call it economically sound, but I'm a big bring the food in guy.
I call it financially literate.
I do it at UBS a ton. You would be shocked. You just put a bunch of snacks in your pocket. I brought like 14 granola bars to the last game.
You can't get away with that at the car.
Oh my god, you'll get shot, dude. At UBS, I had like 14 granola bars in my pocket.
Jim Dolan will fucking.
They got the dogs at the front smelling you for anything in your pocket. Like, they're gonna take you out. Yeah,
they'll take you out. But yeah, I'm excited to go back to the stadium on Tuesday.
Yeah,
playing the Padres. Should be fun.
That'll be a good game.
Yes, we did the math. Cookie Carrasco will be on the math. He hasn't been terrible.
He's gonna be bad. Who's pitching? Who's pitching for San Diego?
I don't even know.
Michael
Let
King?
me check. It might be. Let's see. Nope. Wait. King is today. Oh, it's gonna be Mike.
Nah, it's just like
Cookie starting today.
So you get to see Cookie versus.
Oh my God! Wait. Let me be certain of that. Tuesday, May 6th. They still have no like probables yet.
It'll come up, but it's
so Schmidt started the second game Sunday. So then Sunday's Warren. So it went Fried, Schmidt, Warren. So it may not be Cookie.
Oh, you might be better off.
So if Schmidt's gonna go Saturday, then it would be Warren, who pitched Monday, and then it's Cookie, because Rodon would be Monday, and it would be Monday.
You know what? There's no way around it, Stan. You're gonna have to go watch Cookie Carrasco pitch. A lot of 89-mile-an-hour fastballs right on that corner. So.
Yep, it's gonna be Cookie. Yeah. It's gonna be Cookie. All right, great episode.
Yeah,
great one. Great one. Just shooting the shit, talking ball. Gotta love it.
That's what sports is about.
Gotta love it. Also, for those, I keep on forgetting to mention it, and I need to mention two things, actually. Number one, no Jake and Matt for our hockey playoff preview due to scheduling conflicts. As soon as the conference final starts, we're going to have them on, do like a little playoff recap.
Oh, yeah.
Number two, I cannot believe it took me this long to mention it. Congrats to our guy Tobin, assistant coach job at the University of South Florida.
Yes, congratulations.
Wrongfully fired, if you ask me.
Upgraded living, though. South Florida, go enjoy
Upgraded living. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Better pay, less taxes. Go enjoy it.
Yeah, he's going to get a job. Hopefully he's going to get a job because the coach that South Florida has is like a pretty popular
maybe he just takes that job.
Mid-major coach. Who knows? We'll see. Wouldn't mind that necessarily.
Maybe we get another perspective from Florida from him. Maybe we get back on here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be against that. Would not be against that. Much more tan. Yes. All right. That's going to wrap it up. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Be sure to like this video on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube, leave a comment on our videos. Be sure to follow us and rate us on Spotify.
5 stars.
5 stars only. And we will see you next week. Hopefully, this Knicks series will be over. Hopefully. I pray.
If it's not, Jesus Christ.
I mean, I think it's gonna be over, but hopefully the Knicks
they're still
escape.
Going. Yeah.
Escape. Yes. That's a word.
Yeah.
All right. Peace out, guys.